Hello, love. Here we are, almost halfway through December. And I don't know, I love December. I love the family and the fun and all the things. And it's tough. My mom has passed and I miss her. And I think it's adds a lot of things in the calendar for sure, but I do love this time of year. I do. And I hope that wherever you are, that you're feeling some gratitude and blessings for all the amazing things that you have. I know I like to stay in that, especially this time of year, for sure. So, ever feel like you need more motivation? I hear this all the time. Ladies will email me and they'll say, Shannon, I just need more motivation. I just need more willpower. And it's a soundtrack, really, that just plays. Like, if I just was motivated, if I just have willpower, if I just, was motivated, or the opposite, I'm just not motivated. I can get to it later. I'll do better tomorrow, right? And it's just like this playing in the back of your head. And so, what is motivation? Let's talk about that for a second. I want to give you the definition that I pulled off the Googles. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. And it's also been referenced to why we do something. So we think a thought, we have a feeling, and then we do. Myself, I believe motivation is a feeling. And this feeling comes from our thinking. So I think a thought, oh my gosh, I'm excited. Ooh, if I move my body today, I'm going to feel better, right? And then I might have the feeling of motivated, right? Yes, but it's a feeling, and feelings, they last between about 90 seconds to about 2 minutes in our bodies until we have a different thought or a different feeling. If we keep thinking the same thought over and over, we can extend the feeling, but a lot of times it's just fleeting. I have found, so there's a but here. Mostly I'm not motivated. Mostly that feeling is not within me. I don't know what willpower, I guess maybe it's a feeling. I don't know what it is, to be honest. But I find that I mostly don't have it. So let me give you an example. I want to record this podcast, or I want to, do something, move my body, or I want to eat in a certain way, or make my realistic plan, or whatever it is. I don't know that I'm like gung ho all of the time. Now, sometimes I am, sometimes I have a little bit of motivation, but mostly I don't. Mostly my brain's like, oh, you're tired, you can do it later, or, oh, you have more time later, or, whatever it is. And so I want to say this because I think this is so important. So, what I'm about to say, so make sure you're in with me. Motivation is a feeling. It lasts about 90 seconds. If you keep relying on the need for motivation, you will stay the same. You will stay stuck. Okay, let me say that again. Motivation is a feeling. It lasts about 90 seconds. If you keep relying on it, if you keep thinking you have to have it to do something, you will stay stuck. And I believe that we have used motivation more as an excuse. And again, remember, this is our primitive brain wanting us to stay the same. So we're wired for this. So we've used motivation as an excuse or as a reason, as the thing, so that we just stay comfortable. And it's just another story that plays in our head. I'm not motivated. I don't want to do it. Oh, it'll be so hard. Oh, it's so hard. Weight loss is so hard, right? And so we've just had this, and it's just a story. Why I say this is because you can change stories. You can change what you think and what you believe. What if you could just write a different story? What if you could start to believe something different? What if you could believe something different than I don't have the motivation? And so what I think is more powerful emotion for me is commitment. And commitment is another emotion, but this is where I have a thought. It's an agreement in my head with myself, and it's usually attached to why I want to do something and the purpose of it. And then it produces the feeling of being committed. And so let me give you an example. If I have this thought that I want to do some movement, some stretching for my body, then the commitment agreement that I have with myself is that I'm going to do this. I'm going to stretch. Let's say that I'm going to stretch, and I'm going to stretch tonight. And I'm going to do this because when I stretch my body, it feels better. It moves better. I have less pain, and I want to feel better. I want to be able to move. One of my whys is that I want to be able to move freely and feel amazing in my body. So when you put this together, your commitment with your why you want to do something, the purpose of it, it is a powerful duo. It is way more powerful than motivation. So it's way more powerful than if you just are relying on motivation. Motivation, I feel, because it's just a feeling, it's just solo. It's not a lot of times when we think of it, we don't think of the thoughts behind it, the feeling. It just can leave us feeling really stuck and like something is wrong with us, like we just can't do something. And so when you actually make the story, here is the commitment for myself, this is why I want to do it, and you visualize it, this is the third piece. It's so powerful. Your commitment and your why together and visualizing it, visualizing you do it and how you're going to feel after. It is, to me, been one of the most powerful things I've been able to do to lose weight, to change things in my life, relationships, career, all the different things. So here's my take. Number one, change the story of I'm not motivated. This story of I'm not motivated, I need motivation to do anything, will keep you just on this hamster wheel, this diet roller coaster. Number two, decide on purpose what your commitments to yourself are. So make one or two commitments to yourself. And this is my tip, make it small, make it one or two things, put in what I like to call a minimum baseline. I'm going to do this so many times this week. Maybe it's 3 days a week or 4 days a week, because you'll have more success. So number two is decide on purpose what your commitments to yourself are. And again, make them small. Number three, attach your commitment to your why. I am going to do this. Right? I am going to make my realistic plan. I'm going to make it 3 days a week. And I'm doing this because I am healing my relationship with food, or I want to have more abundance with food. Or maybe your why is I want to lose weight. Maybe that's why I want to lose weight, because I want to feel better. I want to be in less pain. And then number four, celebrate your success. So when you make your realistic plan, or you eat on plan, or you keep a commitment to yourself, make sure that you celebrate it. Our brains are just wired to look for failures, wired to look for what we should be doing, what we need to be doing. And we don't take enough time to celebrate our success. And number four, this visualization piece, this piece of really visualizing your future self, you becoming that next version of yourself, visualizing you just living in your commitment. Think about, I love to think about how I will feel after. So when I make a commitment to myself and then I keep the commitment to myself, how will I feel later? And I tell you, it's so powerful. I usually I feel amazing. I feel on top of the world, like, oh my gosh, I just did this and I feel amazing. And so I like to think that and visualize that before I do the thing. So when my brain is like, I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to go ride the bike. I don't want to, make a realistic plan. I don't want to drink water. I don't, all the things I don't want to get in sleep. I want to stay up and watch this show for one more half hour. I visualize, okay, how am I going to feel the next day? How's that going to work out for me? Right? Because everything you do right now in this minute, everything you're listening to this podcast, you're doing something for you. Everything you do is either a gift to your future self or a negative to your future self. So you decide everything. You're either giving a gift, you're making it better for yourself, or you're making it worse. And you get to decide in this moment. And when you're ready, when you want to lose weight and you want to keep working this process and you want to feel better, then one, make sure that you follow this podcast, follow it wherever you're listening, hit the plus if you're on Apple. Number two, get on my email list. You'll get a Wednesday email every week. And then also you'll know when special things are coming. And so you can go to beeflycoaching.com/email. And then number three, come join us in Transform Boss. You can go to jointransformboss.com. I'd love to be your coach and be alongside you on your journey to losing weight for the very last time. All right, my love, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.